Hello, my name is Nephi Wolf, and I'm with NCSI. This is the 7th video in our extraction series. This video, we're going to review what a document is and how you can use those. So we'll go ahead and open this up here. So what most people are used to is the dashboards. Dashboards, they're a good way of visually representing data. You can have a few different data points on there. Quick and easy way to see information. With documents, you also have, you can create a document, and it's over here on the side. And the difference is, at any given time, if you're looking at it on the website here, you can see one report, like this, just a list of incidents. But then we can also have a second report with incidents by their status, and another one showing all, how old they are, how many incidents that we have in their different ages, and another one, and more, and more, and more. And so we have lots of different reports here within the same one document. So this report, this document, has maybe 20 different reports in it. And if we wanted to show something like that in a dashboard, we get something like this. So if we want to see a lot of data, a lot of different reports, when we look at it in a dashboard, things get really squished together. There's a lot more scrolling. There's not very much space. So it makes it harder to see the data. But there are instances where you want all this data in one spot. And so what you can do is you can use a document. And so this document, you can have a list of reports here that you can run. And then what's useful about this is you can then export this just here, or you could schedule it. So maybe you have like a weekly summary, and you can schedule it. And then once it gets emailed out, you have something that looks like this. So this document, as we switch back here, we start with the incident list, and there's quite a few incidents there, and then we have status and numbers and owner. So when this document gets sent out, then we have these different reports in this example, a Word document. We could do Excel or PowerPoint, but then we have this gadget there, this report, and then we have this one, and on and on and on. And so we can put all this together in a nice Word document that we could send around. So if we had a monthly meeting, you could send this out before the monthly meeting and have this automated so you could get all of these numbers and share them without having to put all of this together. So this is what makes the document so powerful, is that you can have a whole bunch of reports like this, more than the dashboard, and you can export those, email those, send those around. So the documents, when you create a document or when you want to work on the documents, you'll go to this section over here, the document designer, and you'll notice that the icon is a little bit different. For example, if we were looking at these folders here, we can see like this is a document, and here's a document, and then these are the dashboards. So you can see the different icon when you're looking at those. And when you're creating one, so we can come over here, we can say a new document. And so it's just like the incidents, or like the dashboards. We can drag items over here. So we can drag this over to our document, and this shows incidents created in the last month. And then we have a new report over here. And so then we can go in and we can edit this. We can say incidents created in the last month. We give it a new name, and then also that's what would show up here. And this when we're doing exporting the document. So we can give it that name, but maybe we also want to see do we have any customers that are submitting lots of incidents? So we can then come over here to the grouping by the customers and columns, and we can say customer. So just by dragging over a new item, instead of overwriting the current one, so then as we drag that over, you'll see we get a new report over here. So the incident customer. And then we can go in and make changes to those. So we can add more items in there. We can add as many as we need for our report, and it's not based to just one item. So you can also We don't have to do it just for incidents. We could change our data set to service requests, and we could add in service request numbers as well. So how many active service requests do we have? And this will be in the same report. So we can change the data sets, and we can do that. And then you can come over here and edit these just like a dashboard. You can edit the components, and then you can come in here and make changes to them. And one other item that I wanted to show you as well is, let's see, do we have it here? Let's switch over to this screen. So we'll do File, Open, and this one. So with this one, you'll notice when we open up this document, we have some parameters that we can fill in. So when we look at, let's see, when we look at this document, like on this first report, we'll see that there's 546 incidents listed. So with this one, we can set a parameter and we can choose a start date. And the dates are a little kludgy, but so we can say we're going to start March of 2022, and then end date, we'll just select something, and we'll just say 2024. And then we could also set the status. And so now, when we run this, looks like all my incidents are recent. So it'll then apply these parameters as filters. And so we'll go in here. Let's change this to 2023. That'll probably give us a lot less. There we go. So as we look at these now, so this incident list, it uses those parameters and applies them. And you don't have to. Parameters are just, you can prompt for them and use them to filter down your report here so that you're not reporting on everything all the time. And the way that you can use those parameters, the way that you can create those parameters, you have all these different reports here. Up here on the top, you can click on the info button, the overall, and then we can create new parameters. So we could come in here and we could say, add a parameter for, let's say, owner. So the text that will show everybody is owner, the variable will be called owner, and then the associated field, like what is this field used for? We'll just come down to owner, and it's service requests again. Actually, we need to change that because this report is looking at incidents. So we come down here to owner, and we'll select that. So now we have a new parameter for owner. So we add that. Just a reminder, we come up here, parameters, and we add a new parameter. And so then when it prompts us for parameters, now we have this owner. So when we first open it, the document, we can now set the owner. And then it populates this variable. So at the moment, because this is a brand new variable, nothing is using it. Nothing is filtering this down. So if we come over here to, say, this incident owner report, now we can come into the info button for just this report, not the top one. So we go to the info button here, and we can look at this, and we can filter this. So then we can say we want to add a variable condition. So these you don't use as often, but you can use a variable condition here. So where the owner, scroll down here, where the owner field equals, and then the variable will say where it equals this owner field. So we'll add that. So now, when this reruns, this incident owner, this is going to show us all of the incidents where the owner is equal to the owner that we put in the variable. So we can come here, we can just erase that. We'll put in that user, and there's, oh, apparently I do have 2 for that user. Okay. So then it'll change the output here, and if any other reports are using that filter, it'll update all of them. So the documents, just to summarize, they are very useful because you can put a lot of information into one document, like one Word document. You can put in 20, 30 reports, send those out, send those out in an email, and everybody can get this huge amount of data. If you want just a quick look at the information, then a dashboard is probably the better way to go. But when you want to send out a lot of information, then you can create documents and use those instead. So hopefully you find this useful, and if you have any questions, let us know, and we'll have another video for you shortly so you can learn more about how you can use all these different gadgets and set up these different all these things that you drag over and how all of those work. So we'll see you again soon.